Just like this. Then the other one, you think of that your time period, tentative time period means for each and every activity you must write down separately. That is now, for example, in your research, now next month you are going to start. That is in October. 15/10/2023. You put the date, and then the first activity you are going to continue with 2 days, okay, or 3 days. So then put it 15/10/2023 from to 15/10/2023. Then 18/10/2023. Then how many hours? Because you can't in the class, like classroom, 40 minutes, you can't finish it. Within 40 minutes, you can't. You have to take the student out. Can you do it in the normal school hours?
Uh,
Because routine work is there. Because you need to go for the class. You can't. How can you do both? Exam research and the normal day-to-day teaching learning process. What you should do? You have to take the student out. Otherwise, you need to put some other student, because since you are teaching mathematics, you have to take the student out. But what problem you will face? If you take the student out for other subject, the student will not be there, isn't it?
yes, sir.
Then the other problem is there. So how can you solve? So what is the option is there? You can take ask the student to come in the evening. I don't know whether how it is possible. How are you going to do? But try to manage within the classroom, not within the classroom, within the school hours. If possible, you can take the students out and simply do some research. But usually, for real research, what you should do is you have to take the student out during, not during the school time, that is after school, only you have to take the student. I don't know, permission and all, everything must be taken. So what you can do is you simply talk to your principal of your school and do some work during the school time. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
That of course you can do.
Yes, can do.
So then what are the intervention plan? One is the expected targets. Okay. The other one, activities and steps.
Yes,
Next
sir.
column, the resources. The next one, expected behavioral changes. From your activity, what do you expect? Behavioral changes. Then tentative time period. And the last column, tentative hours. So can I repeat again?
Yes, sir. Please.
Expected targets. Number one, column.
Okay, sir.
Column two, activities and steps. Okay. Column three, resources utilized. Or resources, just put resources. Column four, expected behavioral changes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Expected behavioral changes.
Okay.
Then tentative period. That is the dates from to tentative periods. The last one, tentative time. That is hours. How many hours? You need to put only the 1 hour, 2 hour, because you can't just keep the student more than 1 hour. Since they are primary and early stage student, only
Yes,
1 hour is the maximum.
yeah.
Keep it in the mind. Don't keep the student more than 1 hour. Both Tarani and Taranga, did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Because you can't keep long for the students for a long time. Then really, actually the student, especially primary students, can cope up only for half an hour. But in Sri Lanka, people asking how can just we do the activity within half an hour. So for secondary students, we are giving only 40 minutes. So how can we just do the activities for 1 hour primary students? That is the lack of the, the teachers, inability, or they don't understand the philosophy of the teaching. Because of that, they are just telling how can just we do within half an hour the activity, simple activity you can just do. If you plan well, you can do the activity within half an hour. Primary, how long you are doing, Tarani, in your school? Half an hour, 1 hour?
For grade 1, sir, they have 35 minutes. For grade 3s, they are taking 40 minutes for
For
one
one
period.
lesson. One lesson, one period is mean 40
Period.
minutes.
For grade 3s, yes, sir, 40
Yes,
minutes.
40 minutes is all right, because anyway, if you go to the classroom and just for the preparation and all, you usually 10 minutes may be wasted every time. But fairly 40 minutes also not fair.
It's too long, yes, sir, we can understand. So we are trying to keep it a bit lower without informing to the management. And we are
Yeah.
doing actually lessons for 25 minutes. All the teachers are doing the same.
Then 5 minutes for the setting the scene.
Yeah, actually, we are trying to keep the students get used to the settings and the new things we are going to learn and all.
Yeah, introduce the topic and all. You need at least you need to spend 3 minutes minimum. Because
Okay.
3 minutes is all right, because within 3 minutes you can introduce the topic. That is a teacher-based thing, na? Because teacher-centered one. The setting the scene or engagement is teacher-centered. It's not a student-centered. Teaching learning process is student-centered. It must be student-centered, so child-centered. But setting the scene or engagement is not teacher student-centered or a child-centered. It's a teacher-centered, because you always must plan and do the engagement or setting the scene. Because you need to just, because when the students, now for example, the students are learning science. So once you go, you are just want to teach mathematics. So the students are now in the mind, they have the idea of science. So you need to change them into mathematics. And sometimes some students, they just thinking some other things and dreaming and yesterday events and all. So you must bring all the students to one place. That is the objective of engagement or setting the scene. The other one, you need to make them happy first before you start in the class. And then you have to do the recap session, what you learn, what the students learned yesterday or in the previous time, what they learned. And the other one is you must get them from by your engagement or setting the scene. What you should do is you need to get the experience on the particular topic. What are the experience that students they have? So to get the student idea or to get the introduce the before introduce the topic, students are having more experience than sometime than us. So you need to go, you ask the student to come with the experiences. So this is the idea of engagement or setting the scene. So you only can spend around 3 minutes, maximum 5 minutes. But teachers are asking for Taranga and I think Tarani, since you all just dealing with very small chaps, you must be very careful, because you may think that how can I just finish within 25 minutes? Yes, of course you can finish. If you properly plan, properly do the lesson plan, properly write down the lesson plan. If you prepare all the teaching aids and everything, simply within 20 minutes is a very long time, even 25 minutes, because Japan and all, they did research, they go for half an hour lesson, then give 10 minutes break, rest. Then after that, again, the other subject they start to teach. So then it was very effective according to the research. So in some country, like they give the student within the daytime, after 3 or 4 hour teaching, they give allow them the student to sleep. There are places they give time to sleep for half an hour. Then again they ask the student to wake up, then go for teaching learning process. These things. What about your Tarani?
Uh, Actually, sir, within the periods, actually, they don't have any time to be much of rest, but we are normally let them to go to the washroom, either have some water and take 1 or 2 minutes break before the other teachers come.
Yeah, of course, Sri Lanka.
Other,
We are not in, where Finland. Like
yes,
Finland, other country, they just very, in a very effective manner, they plan everything and do for student. Even I think in Finland, they start even the preschool education in grade, the age of 7 years old or something. I am not
7 years old.
sure.
Yeah,
Seven
I
years
got.
old. They start the preschool. Okay,
Mm,
because UKG,
preschool.
but now unfortunately in Sri Lanka, just we are starting in the age of 2.
Yes, sir.
Our
Mm,
parents, our mothers, our fathers, they want to teach
mm,
the student when they are at the age of 2, they want to teach ABC and everything, write down and memorizing. Artificially, they are just damaging the brain,
yeah.
the capacity of the brain, ability of the brain, and the cognitive development. How can they expect that the student will be normal? Because that's why our people, even though the professors or maybe the doctor engineers, and my point of view, they are not normal. I don't know whether you all agree or not. Even though they are, sometimes they may say doctor, but when you
Yeah.
observe carefully, they don't have the personality to a doctor. Not all. I am not blaming all the doctors, but maybe the engineers, doctor, professional, and the lawyers, they don't have a high quality. They don't know how to behave. Because why? Because that is the school environment is giving only the personal integrated personality development. It is only created by mainly in the school because they spend a lot of time in the school, not in the family. After when they start to go to the school, how long? Around from 7:30 to up to 1:30, they spend the time more time on this in the school.
Yeah.
So it's a duty of the teachers. But fortunately, international school and all, they just make plan to give a very good personality development and all, because they want to just keep the reputation. Do you all agree with me, Taranga and Tarani?
Yes, sir.
The management, they
Yes,
all
sir.
tell
Yes,
me,
sir. I totally agree with that.
Taranga, how is your Dubai management?
We agree. Like we have more chances like learning through play situations there, and like saying like when parents come, especially in like Sri Lankans and Indians, like so why you are not teaching in the class? Of course, they are learning something through the play, not like writing in the book. So those questions necessarily.
What I don't know why, because if you in Sri Lanka in the government school, if you don't give some letters, ask the students to write something in the book during the preschool education, then you will be sacked out. You will lose your job.
Hmm.
You don't just train the student to write ABC and to read some small words and all, then you will lose your job in the preschool in Sri Lanka, because we don't follow even the AMI method or Montessori method. There are so many concepts. Those
Hmm.
who develop the Isaac is there, and the Montessori, Mary Montessori, and there are so many persons who just put forward at the philosophy of preschool. Based on that, in Sri Lanka, we practice Montessori and AMI. Mostly Colombo side, they have the AMI method, I think. So what I am saying is, it's not easy for everyone. Savindini, can you just, what about you? Are you all right? I don't know whether you didn't utter a word. You can write something in your message. Now, how? Just I don't want to drag your things. How, now, did you all get the idea about the accent research now? How can just tell Tarani or Taranga, Savindini's microphone is the problem? Tarani, first tell me, how do you all have now idea about the accent research?
Yes, sir. Actually, have a good idea. I think it's practically I have to go to this activity and see, sir, that where am I actually? Because this is the first time I'm doing action research. So step by step, I have to go on and I have to see whether how can I be success on this. I think basically it will better. I'll make my small kind of proposal and send it to you, know, sir, before I go
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
further.
You send me the proposal. I will send you all the format, proposal
Okay,
format.
sir.
On that you
Fine.
have to put the limitation, how many pages and all. You
Hmm.
don't need to write much, but just go do some literature review in the internet.
Hmm.
Do some literature review in the internet. Based on that, just try to do your research. Without literature review, if you start your, the extent research, it is very difficult for you all to find because the methodology and how they approached and all that. There are so many reports on mathematics and language acquisition and the pronunciation problem and the making sentence and drawing pictures, paying attention. Like there are so many in the research gate side. You just write down research gate, you can find out the article based on you just write down your title, you type your title in the Google Chrome and you will find so many articles. Just go through and you will get an idea what are the method, what is the intervention plan, how many cycle, and how did they, because without reading you can't improve your action research. Taranga, what is your idea? Tell me.
The same, so this is my first experience with action research.
Yeah.
So as you said, like we'll submit the proposals and we can go through, and I think we can go ahead with that. But for the time being, I think I have a clear picture what am I doing.
Because very interesting. But usually, because I don't know, because I was in the different field. I was actually a research assistant. I worked at the veterinary research institute in Annur. Then I worked for 10 years. During my career, that in that time, I was involving in, teaching to university students, especially for, medical students and veterinary students and science graduate, agriculture graduates. I did many programs for them. Then I thought that teaching field is very much interesting because when we teach something, there is a generation for us in the future. Even though you teach small children, after 10 or 15 years, if you find, if there is a chance to see your student, you see how they will treat you and how they will, respect you. Because that's why I like this job. I don't know what the other jobs and all the patient. We don't just go to a doctor and say every time thanks and we stand up and say, doctor, come and that and this. We go to the doctor and if the problem is solved or the disease is gone, then we forget. We can't remember. But teacher, since we until go to the grave, we remember our teachers, isn't it? We all agree.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I like the teaching profession. I just, I love so much the teaching profession because other than the other job, there is no bribery and corruption in this. So the corruption is very less. If it's a sincere teacher, if a teacher is working with sincerity and with a pure-hearted mind, definitely it's giving us, satisfaction to us. It's not the money, the salary we get is very pure. That is my idea. I don't know the other teachers and all. When if they don't teach, the God is there. Always we must be very careful with God, not with the people, because the teachers follow these steps and the little problem occurs in my classes. Usually follow right. Okay, something she has written. We'll see. Usually I follow this step for the little problem. That okay, good. Savintini, you just send me a proposal. You have the experience. Can you send me your proposal because through Apex Embassy immediately try to send them. I don't know about others. you all can send it to me, then start your work and we will write down a report finally. But you must be very happy after finishing your Excel research. You should be able to eliminate your problem. Is it okay? And do you all have any doubt? And then we can wind up the session rather than just talking and all, because we had enough discussion on this exam research. Tarani, if you have any doubt, please come up with your doubt. Taranga, Tarani, Saviti. Then otherwise we can wind up. Tell me. Tarani, is it all right? Okay, everything?
Yeah, I think, sir, after you send the format, then we will fill it up and send it back to you. Then according to your guidance, we can carry on that. I
Okay.
think.
Taranga, are you all right?
Yes, sir, I'm fine. Like as soon as we receive the format, we will fill it and send it to you. So we can go through and like
Okay.
go ahead with that.
Thank you very much for your cooperation, because I also very much interested in for teaching you all, because if there is a very, even though it is an online session, if the people open their mouth and talk something, and if it is a very interactive session, then you will get something, then I can transfer my knowledge to you all. Transferring is easy. But when the people are keeping the mouth shut, even though they have the chance to talk, because Savintini she's having the problem in the microphone, so that's why she couldn't, open her mouth and talk something. But anyway, thank you very much for your cooperation. I wish you all, everyone for your success in the career, and you must learn, you must complete your degree and just, increase your qualification, and not only the qualification, but also your, experience. Through experience, you must be a very good teacher. You must develop your teaching learning process, because I am very much, keen on this teaching. When I just do the motivational program and all, I always motivate the teachers to do their jobs in, proper way. Otherwise, the God will punish us. Usually, in according to the all religion, the education is very much important. That no religion is refusing the education. Education is very much important. Okay, thank you very much for your cooperation. Then you all send your proposal. Then, if possible, we will have another 1 hour or half an hour discussion, and we will finalize. And the same time, you all can start your work. With your title, you all can start your work.
Okay, sir.
Small activities and plan your work. So, at this meantime, you all can send me the proposal. Thank you very much. Okay.
Right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Good night.
Okay. Good night. Good
Thank
night.
you, sir. Good night.
Good night.